is discrete. You cannot have half of an egg and half of a carton, right? Um, your domain, which are your x's, is your eggs. Your range, which are your y's, are your cartons. Is it two O's? No, one. All right. So what is the domain? X has to be greater than or equal to 12, and Y has to be greater than or equal to 1. And of course, they're all in it. Okay, guys, calm down. And I'm recording. Thank you. And of course, they all have to be integers. You cannot have 1.3x, right? So these ones are all integers. No decimals. All right. For this one, I just went and I solved for y, and then I went to the calculator and I tried to look for this, right? The x is a number between 2 and 3, and the y is a number between 0 and -1, all right? So when you solve for x for a, you get that y equals x minus 3, and y equals -6/5 x plus 14 over 5, and when you solve it, it's exactly that, all right? So the correct answer was system A. All right. For the next one, you have to figure out for one that has no solution. So you're looking for the same slope. But in some cases, you cannot stop at the slope because you also have the same line. How many solutions do two lines that are exactly the same have? Say that again. Who said it? Infinite amount of solutions. 100 points for your family. Thank you very much. Two lines that are exactly the same. Stop and pay attention. That's why we said parallel, because we don't know what we're talking about. Two lines that are the same, exactly the same, have infinite amount of solutions. You should know that by now. Because it's a line on top of a line, which means all those points will meet. If it's parallel, and you can look at your cheat sheets for this, I don't need to reteach this because you have a visual aid that will help you with this. If it's parallel, they have no solution. But if it's the same line, it has infinite amount of solutions. So you have to be careful. There are two lines that have the same slope, I and double I guess, if you want to call it that. But one of these lines is the same line. Two is the same line, which means that would be infinite amount of solutions. But I'm looking for the one that's no solution, and that one, when you solve for y, has the same slope as that one. You're doing the same thing. You're adding 6x and then dividing by 12, so that has the same slope. So the correct answer was D. Okay? All right, let's go to 12. On 12, you solve for y. And then you go to the calculator and you figure out what your answer was. So the y's were y equal -3x plus 5. And then y equal 4x minus 2. And then when you solve that, you got that x equals 1 and y equals 2. So the correct answer was graph A. Very good. Graph A. All right, the perimeter of a regular hexagon. You got to know what a regular hexagon is. What's a regular hexagon? It's 6 sides, but what is special about the regular part? See, and that's where you don't know. Regular hexagons are hexagons that all the sides are equal, like a quadrilateral. A regular pentagon, all the sides. Every time it says the word regular, that means that all the sides are equal. All right. So if the perimeter is 54, then I can say that the perimeter is 54 inches or less, which would be what? Less than or equal to? And what comes over there? Over here, 6x. Because you have 6 sides that are all the same. So that means that your sides are x. And then you divide by 6 and you get that x has to be less than or equal to 9. Not equal to 9. Less than or equal to 9. Any questions? No? Alright, so this is what we're going to do now. As a group, I'm going to give you, we're going to skip 14. Don't cross it out, because we will do it, just not today. So we're going to start on 15. I'm going to give you 3 minutes by the clock. You're going to work on your groups, and then after those 3 minutes, we're looking for answers. So are we good? If in 3 minutes you don't finish, it's okay. Just need to do as much as you can. All right, number 15, go. Cornelius, focus. Look at the difference between the girls and you. The girls are highlighting. The girls are underlining. Come on, baby. All right, if you haven't finished, don't worry about it. Let's just go. That should have given you enough time to kind of read it and get you started, right? All right, so let's see. The first thing that you got to do is figure out what is your x and what is your y. Your x would be, I just do reserve tickets, right? I just do the first one. It's always x for me just to kind of keep in the habit. And then the second one is always y. You can switch them. The answers are still not going to change, okay? So I'm going to say that y is reserve and, I'm sorry, that x is reserve and y is general. Okay, so there was a total of 1,787 tickets sold or people attended. So that would be x plus y equals 1787. And then the other one has to do with the money that was raised, right? So 4x plus 3y equals 5792. And then after that you solve for x. Yes? Not, I'm sorry. Why I keep saying x? It's y. You solve for y, right? So over here y equals negative x plus 1787. And over here y equals negative 4/3 x plus 5792 over 3. This is a decimal, so I just left it like it was. Okay? After this, what do? You go to, no, you don't go to stat, you go to y equal to, you write them down and you find the point of intersection, right? Did anybody have a chance to do that? No, go, 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 go. Come on. What is x and what is y? Yeah, you definitely have to change your window. What would you change your window to? I would do 2,000 at least. Very good, Michelle. I would do at least 2,000. Because this is almost 2,000, this is almost 6, and when you divide 6 by 3, that will be 2. So I would do negative 2,000 and positive 2,000. Just change them all. It's just a lot easier to change them all. Leave those as fractions. Don't worry about not changing them to decimals, especially if they're like repeating decimals or decimals that just keep on going and going and going. If they're irrational numbers or repeating decimals, no. All right, what do we got? All right, so you should have gotten 431 reserve tickets. That's your X. And 1,356 general tickets, or people that went to that section. No? If you didn't, you wrote something wrong. But that is the right answer. All right, are we good? And it says, how many do you need? It says find the number of each kind of ticket sold, so we're good to go. You needed to find both of them. All right, 16, go. Maria, get closer to Tajane. Maria, get closer to Tajane. Sit where Chris sits. I'm sorry. Laurenisha. All right, continue working just a second. All right, let's go. You haven't finished, don't worry about it. Tell me a function for spirit. It says spirit in there. It says spirit, not sprint. It says spirit. All right. So y equals what? 0.05x plus 20. And then horizon, 0.15x. Very good. Okay? That was pretty easy. That was A and B. For A and for C, you have to solve the systems of equations. So you just go to y equal to and you find the intersection, right? Now you find that x equals 200 and that y equals 30. When you go to y equal to and you do your thing. Now, what does each one mean? What is x for? What does x stand for? So x is money? Really? Oh my God. X is your domain. What depends on what, Lindsay? I can't hear her because I asked her very clearly. How do you know that X is your minutes? Thank you. And not only that, but the minutes determine how much what? How much you're going to pay. So your X is your domain, which is your independent variable. So this would be 200 minutes and then $30. Now, what does that mean? What does the point 230 means in this real life situation? What does it mean? Okay, look, okay, read it, look at it, and then let's say something, because there's not $2 in here. There's 200 minutes and $30. What does it mean? 30. Okay, it's 30 minutes. It's answer me. It's 30 minutes. What is 30? Okay, so stop telling me 30 minutes. For every 300? No. No, it's not for every, it's not even for every 200, because 400 may not be 60. Plug it in and see if it's 60. It may not be. What does that mean? What is this point? What is this point? Okay, that's the intersection where they both meet. What does it mean? And this is the difference, and this is the difference between last year's rule and my argument against this year. Those children can think. We have a hard time thinking, guys. We really have a hard time thinking. What? Yes, that's correct. But what does it mean in the context of the problem? Okay, yes, when X is, it's right there. Yes, it's right there. What does it mean? It means that for both companies, when you talk for 200 minutes, how much do you need to pay? Why do I say both companies? So why can't you tell me that? Why can't we think a little and tell me that? Tell me. Why is that so hard? Because as soon as I said it, you knew exactly what I was talking about. So why doesn't it come out of your mouth? Help me help you. Because we're not gonna be last year's kids like this. We're not going to. That point belongs to how many of those lines? Both of them, exactly. So for both of them, at 200 points, you're paying the exact amount of money, which is $30. Now, after that and under that, it may not be the same. It actually is not the same, because that's the only one that's the only point where they meet. So that is the only point where you get to pay exactly the same amount of money. All right, if Nancy knows she's going to use at least 300 minutes, which plan should she select? Strategies. Plug it in. I definitely, when I go to the table, I'm not going to that big number. What is this? X or Y? X. So that means when X equals 300, what is Y for both of them? So for Spirit, it would be 0.05 times 300 plus 20. And for Horizon, it would be 0.15 times 300. For what? Okay, there's no way that it's 70. How much? Thank you. If 200 minutes are $30, how could 300 minutes, which is just 100 more, be 170? That doesn't make any sense. Does it? A difference of 100 minutes will give you $140 on a bill? Whoa, I'm not using that company. Can we stop and think about, does it make any sense? It's just 100 minutes. That's an hour and a half conversation. which you have it with anybody. That's 35. How much is for horizon? Thank you. So which plan should you select? Spirit. This is the one that I need to select. All right, next one. All right, for which systems of inequalities is negative 3 and 1 a solution? Let's do it together because we're already falling behind. What do we need to do? How can we solve it? What are you going to do? Oh, really? Wow, you're going to work a lot harder. You can if you want to. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 problems that you need to solve for y. Heck yeah, I don't want to do that. Thank you. You substitute. You don't solve for y. You substitute because you already have the point. X is negative 3 and y is 1. So this would be negative 3 plus 1 plus, that's an inequality. You most definitely do not solve for y because there's a bunch of points that can satisfy this inequality. Negative 3 plus 2 plus 1, what is that? Negative 2. Is negative 2 less than negative 2? No. So it's not A, and I can eliminate another one. B. All right, so it's definitely C or D because it cannot be less, but it can definitely be equal to. So now all I have to do is plug in the second one because I already know that that one works. So 2 times negative 3 minus 3 times 1 has to be less than negative 9. That's negative 6, negative 3. Is negative 9 less than negative 9? No. It's equal to, but it's not less than. So the correct answer is D. All right. What about this one? Strategies. So I would definitely solve for y. Go. 2 minutes. Go. You can work together if you need to. We got it? All right. So you got to solve for y on both of them. That's the easiest way to do it, especially because this is an equation, not an inequality. I would definitely solve for y. So for the first one, it turns out to be 1, negative 1 half x plus 11 over 2, or you can just put 5.5, right, because it's the terminating decimal. And the second one would be negative 7x plus 12. And then you go to y equal to, you calculate the intersection. The correct answer was C. Very good. All right, go. Next one. You can talk to each other. Go. You got to solve for N. All right, let's do it. Did anybody have a chance to solve this? What do we get? Nobody? You got 8? 2.8. No, it's not a decimal. No, it's not a decimal. 2/3 is a decimal. All right. Where do you go to solve this? Equation solver. But you first have to clean it up a little bit because it's really hard to write something like this. Okay, so stop and pay attention because nobody got it right. Okay? Right here. All right. So you first have to clean it up a little bit because those 6, that 6 and that 3 as a denominator, it's really hard to put in the calculator. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get rid of the 6 and then you're going to get rid of the 3. To get rid of the 6, what can we do? Multiply by 6. So when I multiply it over here, it's actually canceled, right? But when I multiply it over here, it's not canceled. Okay? Now I need to get rid of the 3. So to get rid of the 3, you multiply by, when I multiply by 3, it cancels, right? But when I multiply it over here, it doesn't cancel. And this one is already canceled because I already multiplied by 6. So it's almost like putting that 6, moving that 6 to the top and multiplying by everything that's at the denominator, right? It's almost like the butterfly. Cross multiplied? Yes? That's what you're going to do. So I'm going to rewrite it. 3 times 3n minus 7. And then I'm going to put that 6 in the front. I want the coefficient in the front. And then after that, I would definitely go to equation solver and do my thing. Okay? So I'm going to write it as 3n minus 7. That's Altuve. You don't mess with your best player, right? With your MVP, you do not mess with him. But the 6, what happens when you move it? Minus 6, and that would be 2n plus 5. Now you can go to equation solver and do your thing. But you got to get rid of that 6 and that 3 first. If you don't want it to be a pain in the hiney to put it in that equation solver. What do we got? Negative 17. Very good. Negative 17. Yay? All right. Next one. Go. Go. Go, 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 go. Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. 250 per game. Do you know how many games? So 250 x. Yes? And then you need to pay for your shoes, which are 150. So that's going to be plus 150. And then you can spend up to $16. So 16 or less. So that would be less than or equal to 16, right? And then you can go to equation solver and do your thing, right? And it turns out that x is less than or equal to 5.8. And you need to figure out the maximum number of games that you can play. And that would be what? 5, not 4. You cannot play 6, but you can definitely play 4. Not 4. Not 4. 5. All right? Next one. Go. 3 minutes. Go. Next one. Yes, she's on the back. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And then make sure you watch the movie for the last ones of these. At least before the test. It doesn't have to be for tomorrow, but before the snapshot. Okay? All right, are we good? Ready? All right, let's go. All right, Malik can spend. Uh-oh. All right, Malik can spend no more than 24. So that would be less than or equal to 24. Yes? All right, he will pay $6 per pound for pecans and 8 for cashews. Now, it doesn't tell you which one is X or Y, but you have graphs that you can figure out which one is your X and which one is your Y. Your pecans are your X's. Yes, thank you very much. Thank. Oh, so you don't have to do anything, do you? Very good. Good job. Good strategies. All right, so I'm waiting. Still waiting. All right. So the guys are telling me you don't need to do anything because you can take away A and B because they're dotted and they're not solid lines, right? It doesn't include the boundary lines in this ones, and you can eliminate this one because it has to be what? It has to be shaded down. Very good. So what? A hot minute to do this, really quick. Very good. All right. Next one, last one. Let's go. 22. What was that? All right. Go go go. Good job. So 22. All right, this one is really easy to do, right? All you need to do is what? Substitute? No, go to y equal to. That's too much work, darling. You go to y equal to, and then you figure out if those 2 points, it's 4 and 0 and negative 7 and 0 are there. And the right answer was, very good. A. Very good. All right, I think we can do one more. Let's go to 23. Go, 2 minutes. Go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Hey, 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 go. All right, the rectangular patio shown in the diagram below is enclosed on 3 sides by a fence. That's important because there's not 4 sides, there's only 3. You can eliminate B. and D. Thank you very much, because there's only 3 sides. So for those of you that pick B, you're not reading. And you're not internalizing what this means. There's only 3 sides. They're right there. 1, 2, and 3. This is W. All right. So B and D should have... Can I talk? Thank you. So B and D should have been eliminated right away. Okay, the area, it's no more than 400, so 400 or, and you can eliminate C because that's bigger than 400. So the correct answer was A. There you go. Did I even finish reading the whole problem? It's that easy, but you need to read and make sure that you're reading carefully and understanding what you're reading. All right, let's start packing up. Yes, it's time to pack up.